Welcome to another edition of Smalltalk for You. This morning I wanted to take a brief run through of the configuration map browser in VA Smalltalk. I know I've covered some of this before, but I kind of wanted to go through some of the things that I brushed over. If you take a look over here, and you get to this in the launcher by going to Tools, Browse Configuration Maps. And if you take a look at the launcher, you'll see that over here you have all the configuration maps. Now, the question you want to ask is, what is a configuration map? It is an entity that describes all the pieces that need to be in your image to have that configuration, to have that set of code loaded. And it consists of the versions of that configuration map, all of the applications that make up that specific version. So here are the applications that will be loaded as part of this configuration map. Configuration expressions. Now this here is normally either blank or just true, but it can be any expression. So any expression that returns a Boolean, that is. If it's true, the configuration map will load. If it's false, it won't. Why would you want to use this? Well, keep in mind the VA Smalltalk runs on multiple platforms: Linux, various Unix platforms, Windows. So if you're writing applications that are going to run, say, on Linux and Windows, you might want to have a configuration expression that tests, am I on Windows or Linux? Because you might have a Linux-specific extension to your application, something that ties into libraries on that platform as opposed to one on Windows, and you don't want to load the wrong libraries on the wrong platform. So you could have an expression, something like, let's see, I've got a workspace floating around here somewhere. Something like this: response to subsystem type true and subsystem type equals POSIX. And notice that's false. So if I have this expression, so if I put this whole thing, let's get rid of that. So if I had this whole expression with parentheses here and wanted this, I would get the ability to test, am I on a Unix platform or not? So I might want to have something like that to say, here's a configuration expression for this specific set of extensions for a platform, Unix or Linux. I don't want it loading on Windows. So any configuration expression that returns a Boolean, you could pop in here and have it test for that. Finally, required maps, any prerequisites that have to be loaded before you can load this. Notice here for WidgetKit Professional, you have to load the WidgetKit Professional runtime. And that's not a frequent split. You'll have a development piece and a runtime piece. And the development piece will, of course, require the runtime piece. And then down here you just have any comments you want to put in, something that will explain what you've done, maybe license information, all that kind of stuff. So really that's kind of an overview of what's in this window, and the thing that I hadn't really covered in any detail before was what's over here. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.